Now let's open the player screen. Inside the player screen, as you can see that we are having this volume icon, okay, volume X and volume 1. Okay, so we have to work on this functionality that when user click on this it get mute, and when user again click on that it will get unmute. Okay, so for that, inside the touchable opacity I'm gonna add one function that is called on press handle toggle volume. Okay, handle toggle volume. I created one function, and now let's create one function quickly here. So const handle toggle volume. Inside that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one state that is called is mute or not. So const is mute. Okay, is mute, set is mute. Okay, and I'm gonna create one state called use state as a by default false. So it by default it will be on mute. Okay, now after that, when user click on toggle that, so what we are going to do, we are going to see that, like, track player dot set volume. Okay, we are just setting the volume. Okay, by what? If its mute is true. Okay, if its mute is true, then I'm gonna make the what I'm gonna make the volume is a 1, otherwise I'm gonna make the volume is a 0. All right, now let's click on this. Now let's click on this icon. Nothing is changing, right? Because we are updating the updating the volume, but we are not updating the state. All right, so I'm gonna update the state as well. So I'm gonna make the set it mute is equal to is mute opposite value. So if it's true, and then it will become false. If it's false, and it will become true. Now let's click on that and let's see that it's working or not. So before that, I'm gonna reload this app. Okay, let's play the song. Alright, as you can see that our mute and mute functionality is working perfectly. Now we have to start working on this repeat functionality. Okay, so let's start working on repeat functionality. So as you can see that we had created a separate component for repeat toggle. So let's go to the player repeat toggle. Okay, so inside this, if you guys see that we are just having one component. Inside the component we are having a touchable opacity, and inside that we are just rendering one icon. All right, so what we are going to do, guys, here, so here we are going to do here we are going to add a logic for the repeat. So it could be a repeat queue, repeat 1, or repeat track. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna use one hook that is called use track player repeat. My bad, I'm gonna use one hook that is called use track player repeat mode. So before that, I'm gonna create that hook. That is gonna be a custom hook. So let's create that hook, use player track repeat mode. So I go inside the hooks directory. I'm gonna create another hooks that is called use track player repeat mode dot .jsx. Okay, as you can see that we had created one hook that is called use track player repeat mode. So I'm gonna write export const use track player repeat mode. All right, and it's gonna be an arrow function like this, and we're gonna create one state called repeat mode. Okay, and we're gonna create set repeat mode, and by default use state value gonna be null. All right, and after that we're gonna create a function that is called change repeat mode. And this function is responsible for updating the repeat mode. So I'm gonna use the use callback function, and inside that I'm gonna use async function like this. Okay, and after that I'm gonna open this curly braces. Okay, now here I'm gonna write await track player dot repeat set repeat mode. Okay, as a repeat mode. Okay, repeat mode. Okay, so basically what we are doing here, if you see that use hook call does not exist when called. Okay, so what we are doing, first of all, we are using a use callback hook. Okay, so we have created one function that is called change repeat mode. Here we are using use callback hook. Inside that we are having a async function, and after that we are having a repeat mode. We are getting the repeat mode as well, repeat mode. Okay, once we get the repeat mode, we are updating the track player repeat mode as this repeat mode. All right, And if you hover this, we are going to get hook use effect use callback doesn't exist when you call this only when argument. Did you forget to pass an array of dependency? Okay, so we are forget to pass a dependency, so let's pass the dependency as well. Now it's working well. So basically what we had done, first we created the repeat mode state. Okay, so it could be by default repeat mode state will be null or undefined, and after that we had created a function to change repeat mode. So whatever the repeat mode we are passing, that is gonna set that. All right, now after that what we gonna do, we're gonna use effect hook, okay, like this, and here we're gonna set that track player dot get repeat mode. Okay, we get the get repeat mode, and after that once we get the repeat mode dot, then I'm gonna set the repeat mode, okay, like this. Okay, so basically we will get the response, and that response we are just updating that. Okay, and we had also imported the use effect hook, and make sure to pass dependency array as well. All right, so after that we are returning inside this hook two things, that is called repeat mode and change repeat mode function, nothing else. Okay, let me try to explain you once more what we had done. First of all, we had created one state for repeat mode, and after that we had created another function that is called change repeat mode, and inside that we are using track player dot set repeat mode. Okay, so basically we had just created a function. We are using use callback hook. You can also ignore it if you don't want to use callback hook, but use callback hooks used to make the things much more optimized manner. It help us to increase the performance. That's why you use callback hook. Okay, and after that we are calling the use effect hook. So we are getting the get repeat mode, what is the current repeat mode, and we are just updating that here. All right, and we are just returning the repeat mode and change repeat mode function. Okay, now I think it's simple, right? So we had defined the repeat mode state, change repeat function, so it will just update this state and update the track player state. All right, and we are getting the get repeat mode state. Perfect. Now let's go back to this player repeat toggle screen, and here we gonna call this function use track player repeat mode. All right, like this, and after that we gonna call this function. The first function is called repeat mode, and another key is gonna be change repeat mode. Once we get that all, we have to add the logic. All right, how we can add the logic basically, let's see that how we can add that. Okay, for that we are gonna be what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna see that what is the repeat mode we are getting. Let's add a console. For now let me add a console, and here if you see, guys, in the console by default we are getting repeat mode as a null, and after that it become 2. Okay, so we are getting repeat mode as a true. All right, so what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna remove this line of code, and now after this I'm going to create another function that is called toggle repeat mode, const toggle repeat mode. All right, and it's gonna be an arrow function like this. All right, now after that what I'm gonna do, guys, as you can see that we are getting repeat mode. Okay, so I'm gonna check that if repeat mode is null. All right, or if repeat mode is null, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just return that. I'm not gonna do any further task. Okay, and when we going to call this function, we will call this function whenever user click on this on this icon. So I'm gonna add this on press event here, and we're gonna call this toggle repeat mode. All right, now after that once we get the toggle repeat mode, here what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna get the index of the repeat mode. So for that what I'm gonna do, before that I'm gonna create one array that is called const repeat order. All right, and here we're gonna have repeat mode dot of repeat mode dot it's gonna be track. Okay, and repeat mode dot q. All right, so as you can see that I had created one array called repeat order. The first it's gonna be repeat mode dot of, repeat mode dot track, and repeat mode dot q. All right, we had created an array called repeat order. After that, whenever user click on this icon, we are calling this function toggle repeat mode, and after that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check that const current index. Okay, so how we can get the current index? So I'm gonna see that repeat order. All right, inside the repeat order I'm going to search for the index of repeat mode. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, on the repeat order, this is the array. On the repeat order I'm checking the index of repeat mode. Okay, I'm checking the index of repeat mode, like what is the index of this repeat mode. So if I console that, if I console the repeat mode, and if I console the current index, so what we are getting right now, let's see. Let me reload the app. Now once I reload the app, and let's click on this song, and after that let's click on this, and if I click on this icon, so as you can see that the current index is 2. Okay, we are getting the current index as a 2, right? 0 1 2, because by default, as we have already seen, that repeat mode dot queue has been applied. That's why getting the repeat mode 2 and the current index as well. So if I just console, you guys know, like it's gonna be 0, it's gonna be 1. If I just console the value of repeat mode dot op, what is repeat mode dot op value? So let me show you guys. Let me console this repeat mode dot op, and I'm gonna add a console. So you guys, like, you feel that this is a value. This is a basically what is the value. Let me show you guys. Let me click on this song. Now let's click on this. So as you can see that repeat mode dot off is just returning a 0, nothing else. It is just a 0, and it is a 1, and it is a 2, as simple as that. All right, now let me remove this console. Okay, now we are getting the current index, like whatever the current index is. The current index is like almost 0 1 2. All right, now after this, once we get the current index, I'm gonna create another variable that is called const next index, and we're gonna have current index plus 1. Okay, all right, so what I'm doing here, like I'm just doing the plus 1, and after that I'm going to use the modulo operator. Okay, and I'm going to pass the repeat order dot length. So if you guys know that now, whenever we have to we have to do a cyclic operation, like the whenever the length get increased, let's suppose we are getting the current index plus 2 is returning 2, right? So 2 plus 1 become what? 3, and 3 modulo by 3, what is gonna be? It's gonna start from 0. It will return 0, right? So this is for the use for the cyclic stuff, like if you want to do that stuff in the repeat, like first it's go to the first repeat mode off, then repeat mode track, then repeat mode dot queue, and after the queue it will come to the repeat mode dot off. So that's why you use this modulo operator. All right, so we are getting the next index. So next index will return 0, because after the 2 we are getting the 0. All right, so if I just console you guys quickly to understand much more in a good manner, so what we are getting, the current index will be 2, and the next index will gonna return 0. Now let's see what is the value. Am I right or wrong? Now I play the song, I open the song, and let's click on this. So as you can see that the current index is 2, and the next index becomes 0, because we are using this modulo kind of operator, and it will start from the, if we went to the last item, so after this that it went to the start item. Okay, now after this next index, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call this function that is called change repeat mode. Here I'm gonna pass the next index. All right, now once we pass the next index, so let's go to this function. So we are getting the next index, so gonna be 0, so it went to the change repeat mode function. All right, so let's go to the change repeat mode function. Here we are getting the repeat mode value, right? So it could be 0 1. So currently we are getting the 0, and it will set the track place or set repeat mode become 0. All right, and if you notice that we are not updating our repeat mode state here. All right, so let's update our repeat mode state as well. So set repeat mode will become a repeat mode. All right, so I had forget this line. Please add this line. Please add this line. I had forget this line, so sorry for that, guys. So it will update this value state. All right, now let's go back here. What I'm gonna go do, guys, I'm gonna create one switch case. All right, and we're gonna be repeat mode. We're gonna check the repeat mode. All right, and here we see that if repeat mode dot off is there, then we're gonna make the icon name. So we're gonna create one icon name basically. Let's create one icon name, and icon name by default is gonna be repeat icon by default. Okay, so first of all, what we are doing here, we are getting the repeat mode value, right? Initially it was returning 2, right? So what I'm gonna do, if repeat mode dot off, okay, then what I'm gonna show that, I'm gonna show the repeat icon, my bad, I'm gonna show the repeat off icon if it's off, right? So let's see icon under React Native Vectors icon. So I'm gonna search React Native Vectors icon directory. Let's open this, and I'm gonna search which one, repeat off, repeat off. Do we have any icon? repeat. Okay, I went to this icon and we have, you can see that material community icons. So I want this icon repeat off. So let's copy this line and we're gonna return this repeat off. Okay, after this switch case I'm gonna break this. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this line of code quickly again, and if repeat mode dot q is there. Okay, so what we're gonna show, we're gonna just show the repeat icon. Okay, and as you can see that this is the repeat icon. If it's q, by default we are having a q repeat, so this icon will be by default gonna be so. And in the last, what we gonna be, we're gonna have a track, means if we have repeat one song, if repeat mode is like one song single track, so we're gonna use repeat once icon, repeat once. So let's update this as well. All right, now let me remove the white space. Okay, and we're gonna have an icon name. I'm just copy the icon name and I'm gonna replace here. Awesome. Now let me reload this app and let's see what is gonna happen. So let's play the song. Okay, now let's open the song, and as you can see that by default it's having an icon of repeat mode.q. that's why we are able to see this repeat icon. Okay, now if we click on this icon, it's become repeat repeat mode off. Now if I again click on this, it become repeat once. Now currently we have make the repeat once. Now let's go back. Okay, now let's slide the song and let's see what is gonna happen. So I just slide the song in the last, and as you can see that once I went to this last, it again started from playing from beginning. Let's suppose like this, and after this song it will start again from the beginning. Let's see. All right, okay, now let's go back. Okay, so let me explain that about the repeat functionality once more, because it's quite a bit complex to understand in a first go. Let's try to understand. So first of all, let's go to the source. Inside the source we are having a screen. Inside the screen we are having a player screen. Inside the player screen we are having a component called player repeat toggle. Let's go inside the player repeat toggle. Here we are having a repeat mode. Okay, before that we had created one hook that is called use track player repeat mode hook. Let's go inside this use track player repeat mode. So we had created one state called repeat mode. Okay, so by default we had set the repeat mode state as a null. Okay, and after that we had created a function that is called to change repeat mode, and we are using use callback hook. That's totally up to you. If you don't want to use callback hook, you can ignore it. You can just create a normal arrow function, async function, and you can, after that you get the repeat mode inside the change repeat mode. So it's gonna be 0 1 2 value. All right, and after that we're gonna set that await track player dot set repeat mode as whatever the value we are getting. Once we set that on the track player, we also updating this state as a new value, set repeat mode as a new value. After that, once we when rendering this component, we are making this use effect, and we are getting that current track player dot get repeat mode. So we are getting the current state, and after that we are setting that state to the this state dot then, because we are getting inside this dot then data, we are getting the repeat mode, and we are updating that state. All right, and inside after this is on this hook we are just returning two things. The first thing is called repeat mode, and another thing that is called change repeat mode function. Okay, now once we return that, let's go to the back of our component, play repeat toggle component. Here we are getting this both value. Repeat mode will return the repeat mode, and change repeat mode is a function which help us to update the change repeat change the repeat method or mode. All right, now after that, as you can see that we are having a touchable opacity and we are having icon name. So whenever user click on this icon, we are calling this function toggle repeat mode. Okay, so we went to the toggle repeat mode, and what we are checking that if repeat mode is null. Okay, so we are not going to do anything because we don't have a value of repeat mode, like track player has not been set up correctly, or there is no repeat mode. So that's why we are returning null. We are not going to do any other operation for now. If there is repeat mode value, so what am I going to do? I'm checking that current index. So repeat order dot index off. So I had created one array of repeat orders. So you can see that we are having a repeat mode dot off. By default it's going to be 0 value, repeat mode track, repeat mode dot q. Okay, so after that as you can see that we are finding the index of this repeat mode. So repeat order dot index of repeat mode. Okay, so repeat order, inside the repeat order I'm finding the index of repeat mode. Okay, so once we find the index, so what we are doing here, we are finding the next index, like which item gonna be next, which item, like let's suppose if we are right now on the queue, so the next item gonna be off method. Okay, if it's on off, then it's gonna be track. If it's track, then it's gonna be queue, right? So we are finding the next index. Once we find the next index, I'm gonna update this change repeat mode to the next index. Now here's a question, like this is the quite bit tricky to understand, but let me explain you. So this is on the next index, we are just doing current index plus 1 modulo by repeat order dot length. So if I explain you guys, so let's suppose if you're on a 0, like current index is 0, then 0 plus 1 gonna be next index. Perfect, no problem. But if you want the first index, so then it's become first 1 plus 2 and it into the this icon, all right, on the this mode. But if on this 2 icon, like on the index number 2, so what is gonna happen, 2 plus 1 become 3, right? And if it's become 3, then it went to the out of the array, right? To make the, like once this reach to the this end, it should start from the 0, right? For that we are using this modulo. So what is gonna happen, if went to the 2 item, like second index, to 2 plus 1 become 3 modulo by 3, like repeat order dot length is 3, and 3 modulo by 3 becomes 0, and it again start from 0. All right, that's why you use this modulo operator. All right, and after that we are calling this function change repeat mode, and after that we are having an icon name. So using this switch case, so we are checking that repeat mode. If repeat mode dot off is there, then I'm setting the icon name as a repeat off. So you can see that repeat mode, we are getting the repeat mode from here. Okay, and we are checking that if repeat mode value is like 0, 1 or like 2, or like whatever the value is, that accordingly that we are updating the value. So for off, I think it's the value is 0, for q is 2, and for the track it's 1. Okay, so if you can console that as well, and we are just updating the icon. All right, there's one more thing which I'm gonna again tell you guys, like last time I had forget to add this set repeat mode. So whenever you are updating the change repeat mode, we are updating the track play dot set repeat mode. Along with that, you have to also update the state to see it on the UI. All right, so we had done with the repeat toggle repeat functionality. Now the next thing which we have to work on, that is called shuffle functionality. In the last we're gonna work on this like functionality, because it's gonna be a use of async storage. So let's work on this shuffle functionality. For that, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go inside the source screen, player screen. Okay, as you can see that we are having a component called player repeat toggle. We are done with that. Now let's go to the play shuffle toggle. All right, here what gonna happen, whenever user click on shuffle, so we are gonna be shuffle that, we gonna update the array, like we gonna if the, let's suppose if the current song is on 0 index, then we're gonna move it to the 5th index, 4th index, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one function called shuffle songs. All right, and it's gonna be in, like this, and we get the songs like this. We get the songs. Okay, now after that, once we get the songs, so what I'm gonna do, guys, for here, so once we get the song, so I'm gonna check that. Okay, there's another way. Let me make much more simpler. So if you went to this website, Logic Rocket, so here we can search shuffle, SHFL. Okay, I'm not finding that shuffle. Okay, let's search for the shuffle. So here if we go to the top, I think there will be some, yeah. Okay, you can see that to shuffle the song, so here you can see that like this. So you have to copy. First of all, what you have to do, we're gonna remove this line of code. First of all, to shuffle the songs, we gonna have to like do let queue, we have to find the queue, like let queue is equal to await track player dot get queue. All right, so I'm gonna add async function here, async function. All right, once we get the queue, okay, we are getting the array of songs. After that, I'm gonna reset the song, like if it's there's already some song is playing, so I'm gonna reset that song using the track player dot reset. After that, I'm gonna sort that song in a different manner. Okay, as you can see that we are gonna sort the song queue dot sort mat dot random like this, and after that we're gonna add the queue, and once we add the queue like this, and after that we're gonna play the song. So let me see that, let me show you guys quickly. Let's click on this song. Okay, now let's click on this song. Now let's click on this shuffle icon, but we are not calling this function. Let's click on let's add on press, and on the on press we are going to call this shuffle songs. Now let's click on this. You can see that the song is get shuffled but it's not playing. Okay, so we're gonna also play that song await track player dot play. All right, now after that let's shuffle on this once more. Okay, now you can see that it started playing as well. Let's see with the sound. All right, as you can see that what for the shuffle what we had done, we had just created one function called shuffle songs function, and we are calling this function whenever user click on this shuffle icon. Okay, so first of all what we are doing here, we are getting the queue, like let queue is equal to await track player dot get queue. So we are getting the queue. Once we get the queue, we are resetting the track player. If there is already some song is playing, so we are resetting the song, and after that we are making the queue in a different manner. Okay, so if the song is playing in a different manner, so I'm gonna change that array. We're gonna move the array items, and after that I'm gonna add the track, like I'm gonna add this queue in a track player, and after that I'm just playing the song. Now if I click on this shuffle icon, let's click on this. Now as you can see that we are getting the array of songs, like you can see that the queue is like array of songs. All right, now let me remove this, and this is how we work for, like we had done for this repeat mode, and we had done for this all those things, right? Now after this what I'm gonna do, I have to work on this slider functionality, but before that let me explain you once more, guys. Let's go to the player screen, and inside the player screen we are having this player shuffle toggle component, and inside that we are having a touchable opacity, and here we are calling this shuffle songs function. So whenever user click on the shuffle songs function, what we are doing here, we are getting the queue, like whatever the song is currently playing, we are getting that queue. After that we are resetting the track player. So if there is already some song is playing, so we are just resetting from the cache, or like whatever from the current track, and after that I'm gonna update this array of songs in a different order. So I'm just randomize that sort, like I'm sorting that song in a different manner, and after that I'm making the track player dot add. I'm gonna just add the song in a track player, and after that once it's added, I'm gonna play it. I'm playing that song. All right, and this is how we had done with the this is how we had completed shuffle functionality. All right, now after this what I'm gonna do, guys, let's go to the player screen. Now we have to start working on this player progress bar. Okay, for the player progress bar what we gonna need, we gonna have to it's quite a bit tricky, so let's go to the player progress bar and see how we can do it. So let me close others file. Okay, now first of all we have to start working for this progress bar. We have already worked for this on the floating player, so let's start working for this as well. The same code gonna be here as well. Okay, so we're gonna again import that const duration from use progress hook. Once we get the duration here, like duration, and what else we're gonna get the position like this. All right, now we get the duration and position, and after that we can see that we're gonna have a progress value, mean value, max value, and we're gonna have one more value called is sliding, and it's gonna be use shared value, and by default it's gonna be false. Okay, as you have already done in the floating player, but yeah, let's do again because it will become strong for you guys. All right, now after that I'm gonna do one thing, that if sliding dot value is false, okay, then only I'm gonna update this progress dot value will be what? Progress dot value will be duration, if duration is greater than 0. All right, then I'm gonna do position, position divide by duration. All right, and else I'm gonna make it 0. Okay, now let's open the player screen. Now play the song. You can see that it started, the progress is started happening, increasing. All right, now after that what we are going to do next, the next thing is that if you go on the slider, here we can see our slider. Here we have here we are having a progress which is working. We are having a minimum value, maximum value pretty well. Now after that what we have to do, we have to start working on this on sliding functionality. Whenever user on sliding start, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this like this. I'm gonna make like is sliding dot value will become true. So whenever the user starts sliding, we are making the on slide is sliding dot value become true. So at that point of time, the progress will get stopped. So if I, as you can see that if I move this, the progress will get stopped. All right. Now after that, one on sliding start, after that on value change props we are having. So inside that we are gonna get the value, but I'm gonna use this async function right now, and I'm gonna get the value like this. And once we get the value, what supposed to do basically, guys, here we have to use await track player player dot seek. We have to seek to what is the duration. We have to seek to value into duration like this. So basically what whenever the value is changing, so we are just seeking this like this. All right. Now after that, what I'm gonna do, guys, on value change, after that I'm gonna have another function that is called on sliding complete. Okay. So here is going to be async function. We get the value. Okay. And here I'm gonna check that if is sliding dot value is false, then I'm gonna just return it. I'm gonna return this like this. Okay. Now after that, if sliding value is false, then I'm gonna return it, right? And otherwise after that I'm gonna making that is sliding dot value will become false. Okay. Basically what I'm gonna doing, guys, whenever the sliding is gonna start, so I'm making the sliding value as a true. So when the sliding is complete, I'm checking that if its sliding is value is false, means the value is not been slide it. Okay. So I'm just returning else. I'm just returning this. And otherwise if sliding dot value is true, then we are making it false, and we're gonna do some operation that is called await track player dot seek to. We are just seeking to forward and value into duration, whatever the value we are getting. All right. Now if you can see that we are able to seek that, but we can't see this duration. So let me see, let me play with the sound. You can see that it's perfectly working, right? Now after that, let me reload the app quickly. Now as you can see that we had completed the slidings. As you can see that we had completed this sliding stuff. Now you can see that the sliding is like, the progress is also happening. Now the thing which we have to work on, this is called this, the tricks track timing. All right. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, first of all, here I'm gonna show like, how many seconds has been played and how many seconds has been left. So we are going to show that. So first of all, for that, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna create one variable that is called const track elapsed time. All right. And it's gonna be like format. I'm gonna create one function that task has been gonna be simple, like format seconds to minutes. So I'm gonna pass the second and it will return into minute. All right. So let's create a function. For that, I'm gonna go inside this utils. So do we have utils? Okay, let me collapse this all the folder, and inside the source I'm gonna create one file that is called utils, and inside the utils I'm gonna create one file that is called index.js. Okay. And if you, before that, let me explain you guys, like if I show you duration, like let me show you duration right now. Okay, let me reload the app, and okay, let me comment this line of code as well. Now let me reload this. Okay, as you can see that current duration coming is 209841. This is the total duration which we are getting, right? And if you show the position, so position will show the how many second has been played. So let me show you the position. So it will start updating. Okay, so let me show you. So as you can see that currently the position, what we are getting, the position is like 97, 98, 99, 100, something like that. All right. So first of all, I'm gonna go inside the index.js. I'm gonna create one function that is called const format seconds to minute. All right. Format seconds to minute, and here we are getting the seconds like this, and inside this I'm gonna write const minutes like this, and I'm gonna write math.float, and we're gonna divide the seconds by 60 to get the minute. This is normal math, right? We get the minutes, and after that, once we get the minute, we're gonna get the seconds also, remaining seconds, and it's gonna be math.float math dot floor. So to get the remaining second, we're gonna use like this, math dot floor seconds divide seconds modulo 60, so it will return the remaining seconds. Now once we get the remaining seconds, we're gonna format the minute. So we want this value like this, should be visible like this. So I'm gonna write formatted minute, formatted minutes like this, and I'm gonna write a string. Inside the string I'm gonna pass the minutes, okay, and dot pad start. There is one function that is called pad start, so that will return the value like this. Okay, if I show you guys example for that, let me show you example that as well. 2 comma 0, 2 comma 0. So basically it will add a 2 times index. So let me show you example for that. I'm gonna create one Koka new file. So let's suppose I'm having console.log, and here if I just copy this line of code, let me copy this line of code for you guys, and I'm gonna add this console. And if I make the minute as a 10, so string, okay, let me do like this. So if I show you guys, so what we are getting 10, right? Let's suppose if we are having a 1, okay, so we are getting the 0 1 like this manner. Okay, if you are having 2, so it will return the data like this, like it will add it will make a 2 time. Okay, if it's 0, then it will become 0 0 0. So it is just adding the 0. All right, so that's why we are using this pad start function. Let's go here. So as you can see that we are having this formatted minute string. We are passing the minutes and dot pad start 2 times, so it will adding a 2 0 if it's not, and just normal like that. After that we're gonna do for this format second as well. Const formatted seconds is equal to string like this, and remaining seconds dot pad start, and again 2 comma 0. All right, now after that we're gonna return this like this. We're gonna use the template editor like this, and we're gonna write formatted minutes. We go want like that, and after that we're gonna need a colon. If you see on this image, after the colon we're gonna have another stuff that is called formatted seconds. All right, and we are just returning this. Awesome. Now let me export this as well. So export const. So what this function is doing, basically formatting seconds to minute. So first of all we are converting into minutes. So whatever the seconds we are having, we are converting that into minute. Let's suppose if you are having 120, okay, I make a mistake here, math.floor. So whatever the seconds we are getting, we are converting into minutes. Let's suppose you have a 120 seconds, so it's returned 2 minutes. And if it's having 125 seconds, so what is happening? So it returned 2 minutes, okay, and it will return the remaining second is a 5 seconds. Okay, so after that we're gonna format that into minutes. So it become 2 second will become like this, 0 2, okay, and formatted second will become like 0 0 5. All right, and after that we are just adding 0 2 colon 0 5. All right, now let's go to the player progress bar, and here what I'm gonna do, guys, if you can see that we are having formatted seconds to minute. Okay, now if we go here, and what I'm gonna do here basically, and let me remove this line of code quickly, and here I'm gonna call this function formatted seconds dot minute, and here what I supposed to do, if you know, guys, I'm gonna add track elapsed time. Okay, for that if I pass the position, so that gonna work as well, but let's pass the position. All right, now if we go on this here, okay, now you can see that formatted seconds to minute doesn't exist, so let's import this as well. All right, now I import it as well, and let's open this. Now as you can see that 5 6 7 8 9 10 is increasing. All right, now again we're gonna have this again another stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create another variable called track elapsed time. So whatever the song has been played, it's gonna be track elapsed time, and we're gonna paste like this. Okay, and we're gonna call this track elapsed time. Okay, and track remaining time, like what remaining time has been. Okay, so gonna write const track remaining time. All right, and again call the function format second to minute, and we're gonna pass this duration. So whatever the duration is total duration, and minus whatever the song has been played position. So we're gonna have a remaining time, we get the remaining time. All right, now we're gonna have track remaining time. So as you can see that the song has been played 55 seconds, and it's already left 3 seconds. Now if we seek forward, it's played 159. If we move forward, so it has been 325 minutes. All right, Now let's click on forward. It went to the forward icon, and we can click on shuffle. It shuffle that. If we click on this repeat, it will start repeating. Now currently its repeat mode is off, and if you click on this repeat one, and let's see, I went to the last 323 seconds has been left, and again it will start playing from this song, as you can see that. All right, awesome. So we had done with this mute unmute functionality. We had done with the repeat functionality. We are done with the shuffle functionality. We had also completed with this player progress bar along with this player control.